Heading for Friday on Wall Street now. Let's see how everything looks with the Money Master, the director of financial newsletters at Newsmax.com, Jeff Yasteen. Jeff, I am seeing green across the board today at the Dow Jones.
Yeah, the Dow's up about 60 points. S&P 500 up about 4 points, and the NASDAQ is up 2 points. So things are looking good today. Just a slow, quiet move higher here so far.
All right, let's go ahead and look at some of the news that we've got kicking out here. According to an international consortium of investigative journalists, leaked documents show over 300 companies have funneled hundreds of billions of dollars through Luxembourg, including Pepsi, AIG, and Deutsche Bank. Gee, what a shock, Jeff. Here we have major companies trying to hide some money, perhaps, from the IRS. I never thought anything like this would be so possible.
And all perfectly legal. Pieces of this have been coming out for a while now, but I don't think the extent of it was that well known until this report came out. Some of this came out regarding Amazon earlier this year. You and I talked about it. Amazon would set up basically two companies in Luxembourg. One that basically takes in all the money and the orders from Amazon's European customers and presumably has the biggest tax bases, but then has to pay intellectual property right fees to a second company, and therefore drastically lowering its taxable basis. And that seems to be how that game works.
And let's point out, no, I'm sorry, but I wanted to point out what you were saying here, but to make sure we say this, there is nothing unfair or unethical about what they're doing here, right?
Yeah, exactly. And as long as you've got principalities like Luxembourg, and there are plenty of others out there that are, island-type principalities and those sorts of places that will offer these sorts of possibilities to companies in order to lower their tax rates.
All right, let's get to the next piece of news here. Apple users, Mac users will tell you for years, we don't worry about viruses, malware. We don't worry about that. Guess what? They now have to worry, don't they?
Yeah, I guess it should be no surprise considering just how popular all of the Apple products have been in the last 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years. But yeah, this report comes apparently out of China. There was malware, a new kind of malware that was detected on like a third-party app that was loaded up out of some sort of a Chinese-based app facility that is open to Apple users. And it remains to be seen who developed this. I've often wondered whether or not it's possible it's a Chinese military or quasi-Chinese government operation, because they certainly want to make sure that they have surveillance capability over iPhones and those sorts of things in China.
The smart Mac user knew that it was only a matter of time. Sooner or later, they were going to get hit. Here's an interesting story now with the price of oil. Harold Hamm, the CEO of Continental Resources, they produce oil in North Dakota, scrapped every one of the company's hedges right now. So he's basically predicting the price of oil is going to recover and go back up, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And it's a heck of a bet that the company is making here. He's not the first big oil man to say, I don't believe oil prices are going to stay this low for this long. But he's certainly putting his money where his mouth is in this case. And it is extraordinary. It's either going to be a great thing for him and or it's going to stay low here, because there are certainly a lot of factors involved in the oil market. And you and I have talked about them. The Saudis and others are out there fighting for market share. You've got U.S. companies, the shale producers, that are pumping as much as they can. If the export ban is lifted, that also puts yet more pressure, more supply into the global marketplace for crude oil. And that, of course, means lower prices as well.
Only got about 20 seconds here. Netflix, Amazon, they're not worried about advertising dollars now. They're just going to start charging people more for the streaming service, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And that's something that I think we're also going to see more of. And if they can offer a better user experience in terms of less hesitation and congestion that people sometimes run into with Netflix and those sorts of things, you're going to see more of that.
Think about it this way, people. The people who have the movies and the shows, they want to get paid. They're going to up their rates. That means that Amazon and Netflix are going to up their rates, which means you're going to pay more money. See? Brilliant how that all works out.
Put.
Well, welcome to capitalism. There you go. Jeff, thanks so much for your time, buddy. We'll talk to you on Friday. And also, don't forget, everybody, check out what's happening with Money News at Newsmax.com. Go to Newsmax.com, click on Money, and you'll get Money News there 24/7. And don't forget, see Jeff's latest report on a covert plan to unleash financial havoc by visiting FIRCcollapse.com. When we come back, the president and the new Congress need to talk about Obamacare. We'll break it down right here on Midpoint.